What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Pittsburgh, and Dan is in the Monroeville tunnels. Watch on YouTube to see what I'm talking about. Seriously, it's absolutely worth it. Wow. Yeah, Dan is in a dungeon somewhere.
Hey,
This
I
is
am. I'm in the new recording studio, and it looks like I'm being held captive. But don't worry, things are okay. The lighting is just bad, and I'll blink twice if I need help.
I don't think we should have ever told anybody where you were. I think that should have just been the running thing. Like what happened to Dan's studio? Nobody knows.
Right,
Is he okay? Is he underground? Like, what happened?
right. Is he above ground? Is he underground? What's going on with the ceiling? Is that a ceiling?
these are all great questions.
Stay tuned to find out. It's going to take a couple weeks till we get through it. I'm just tell you that.
Well, today on the show, Chris is back, so we're going to be going this week in football, and that should take us to a lot of places. And it's shopping season, and there's a mall putting TVs in places where people can sit while shopping, and we will talk about that as well. We got music, we got beer, we may have some more topics in there. We got a lot to get to. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dan, let everybody know where they can find this thing. Yeah, where they can. I can't get over this. I can't. I'm just looking at you like this is wild.
It is. It is. Yeah, and who knows? It could change week to week. You're just going to continue to tune in and find out because I don't love what's going on behind me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Where can you find me? I don't know. Find out next week. But where can you find the podcast? Is anywhere podcasts are available each and every Wednesday. A new episode gets broadcast live to the world, the entire world, and it's there for yours for keeps, for reals this time. But hit follow, hit subscribe wherever you prefer to listen. The episode will come straight to you, so you can have it forever and for keeps, or until we stop paying our fee to subscribe to have it hosted in the cloud for the world to listen to, something like that. Um, full video episodes also available. In case you want to see what the heck we're talking about, in case you want to see what the heck is going on behind me, check out the video episodes. Where? YouTube, Facebook, and right in the Spotify app, premiering at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Also on Wednesdays, but on demand anytime you'd like to watch after that. We're everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown, and the Sounds of Brunch is out of date as we're speaking, but we're working, we're efforting. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your prayers. Keep tuning in. Keep tuning in to the Sounds of Brunch. We're wrapping up a phenomenal year. It's hard to believe that we're in December. This might be the best year of the Sounds of Brunch of all time, which means we're getting close to brunchies. Anyways, Sounds of Brunch also available exclusively on Spotify, updated each and every Friday or so.
Beautiful. Well, Christopher Gates, you weren't here last week. Get it off your chest.
I will. But Didi, I want to actually give you an opportunity here, because, and maybe you were planning on talking about this, and if you were planning on talking about this, then you can go first.
I'm nervous.
Um,
I'm nervous for you.
Much of Facebook was informed within the last day or two that you
Damn it.
are in fact the Grinch. Um, most of my TMZ consumption comes from either what my wife or your relatives post on Facebook. And I saw Aunt Mary posted a video of your wife on TMZ basically calling you out. So, like, do you want to just get ahead of this? Is there anything you would like to say?
Listen. Okay. So I love how you say on Facebook. No, the whole world has been blowing up my Twitter and saying that I'm the Grinch, by the way, because, So anyways, for people who don't know, my wife's on TV every day, and she's been on TV every day for like 18 years. So at the end credits thing, which is basically like the last story, and it's just like what random or whatever, they were talking about Elf on the Shelf, and okay, so I had an issue with this. My mother-in-law brought this into my house, and shouts to my mother-in-law, does a lot of great things. I'm not happy about this. Okay,
Come
so
on now, she's an avid listener.
I thought
Lovely
we were.
lady.
I
Yeah, she
thought we
made
were.
us cups, Didi. She
Yeah,
made
come
us
on.
cups.
I know
Come
she
on.
did. Listen. I thought that we were avoiding this whole Elf on the Shelf thing. I got through 7 years of having children and no Elf on the Shelf. All of a sudden, this year, we have it. And I don't know the rules of Elf on the Shelf. I don't know anything about this stuff. This is not my generation. My parents weren't out there doing Elf on the Shelf. This is not a thing. So it's here now, and they put it on my fireplace. My fireplace is brick all around it. I've got 3 children who run around all the time. The thing I hate the thing I hate is I don't want anybody around the fireplace. No. And then we've got picture frames that are all glass, all up there. I don't like anyone around the fireplace. I just don't. So that's where the elf on the shelf is. So that means there's a bunch of kids around the fireplace. So one day I just got really annoyed because everybody was around the fireplace, and I just picked up the elves and moved them to the other side of the room.
How? How did you move? Need to
Well-
interrupt. It doesn't sound like it. You lifted little buddy up, placed him in your hand gently, and just gave him a new home. Felt like there was a little aggression
Listen.
behind there.
My wife said threw. I
Ooh.
didn't throw them.
Pause.
I moved them.
Okay, so if it's
You
there's
flew
the
in the air.
truth. The truth is somewhere in between. The truth
Yes.
is somewhere in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
between Dee Dee cradling it and a Randy Johnson fastball.
Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there.
Like
Okay.
a bump spike type of thing.
Yeah. Listen, when you say throw, it automatically means you threw them against the wall. No. I didn't gently cradle them. I let's say I tossed them. You know what I mean?
You gave him a boost.
Like
You gave
where are
him
we
a
talking
boost.
football? Where are we talking football here in a second? It was like a halfback pitch. It was like a
Yeah.
a pitch. You know what I mean? It was just a wide, just a little pitch. You know what I mean? Like
Okay. Okay.
not-
All right.
it's not a fastball, just a little pitch. And that led to my kids losing their minds in a way that I've never seen them lose their minds, screaming, "The magic is gone!
Wow.
The magic is gone! You can't touch the elf! The magic is gone!" And I was like, what is happening? And I literally had no idea. And like, grandma's consoling them, Siobhan's consoling them. I look like I am the worst. Like, think of any movie you've ever seen with a terrible parent and the kids are scared. That's what this looked like. Because I moved elves. Not because I hit someone, not because I broke a window, not because of just like some drunken rant or something like that happens and seriously, it felt like I was in one of those movies where the kids get removed from the home into foster care and then they get saved by, some white woman. I don't know. Like that's what it felt like. And it was happening in my house. And yeah, but yeah, I don't like this thing. I'm not a fan. I don't know why people call me the Grinch. That's not cool, but like, whatever.
Well, Katie came to me with her phone and said, "Did you know Dee Dee's the Grinch?" And I was like,
Like, yeah, but why
Yeah.
do you know?
"I know. What's your reason for it?"
Yeah. We've known that for
no.
quite some time.
But Dee Dee, I love you, man, and I wanted to give you this opportunity to explain yourself because so we don't do Elf on the Shelf either.
Good.
We don't.
Good.
My kids didn't know what it was until, well, really only Olivia knows what it is because she started going, she does kindergarten now and then like goes to this extended day, like aftercare thing. And this past week at the aftercare program, I didn't ask enough questions, but apparently the elf on the shelf that is there got stuck in the bathroom door somehow. I don't know. Like maybe they were trying to creatively like put it on the door hinge is what I'm thinking. I should have asked more questions. And so then one of the teachers had to like pull it out to get it unstuck. And when she did, the kids there had wide scale meltdowns to the point where they had to like react really quickly and say like, well, in event of an emergency, adults are allowed to touch the elf to help the elf stay safe. And so then that day, when I came to pick up Olivia, they wouldn't let the kids leave until every parent was consulted about
Oh my
what
gosh.
happened with the elf and like so that we could keep the story going for the kids. And when they were telling me, I was like, my daughter doesn't even know what this thing is. So like Olivia was one of the few kids that did not have a meltdown that day because she didn't know what was going on
She's like,
at all. We don't
stuffed
do Elf
animal.
on the Shelf. But yeah, I think that's part of why I think we've gotten a little carried away with this Elf on the Shelf thing. I think it's a little too much.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
shouldn't be at a place like that either.
I know.
It
Why is that?
really shouldn't be there.
It
Why
really
is that
shouldn't.
necessary?
It's
Because like
not.
these kids already have it at home, so why would it also be that? But I get that
Yeah.
they're trying to make it fun, so I get it. I get it. But I think we as adults have tried to make the Christmas season so special for kids that we're now running into some situations where like we are in a lose situation. Like you can't win.
It's already hard enough with with the big guy, with SC. It's already hard enough with that.
Scott
But
Callan.
like, Yes. It's
And
already
this is
hard.
why we do this.
It's already hard enough with Scott Calvin. Already hard enough. Scott Calvin, that's perfect. It's already hard enough. And that movie was on the other day. I watched like half of it at like 1 a.m, and I was like, "What am I doing? I gotta go to bed." Like I just kept watching. I was like, "I'm
Like,
gonna
I've
watch the
seen
rest of
this.
this thing.
Just
Turn
go to
this
bed. I've
off.
seen
Turn
this. I
off."
know how it ends.
Like why? Like why am I so into this right now? So late at night. But yeah, and then they have this thing that is honestly harder than Scott Calvin. So it's ridiculous. Like keep this away from your home as far as possible. I thought we were home free, and then all of a sudden brought into my life.
Like you don't need the elf. The song says it all. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
Bro.
We're covered. We're covered. Okay. We don't need security stationed in our house every day. That has to be moved every day.
Yeah.
No. Come on. The song says it all.
That's why I've always thought the thing was stupid. And the thing is, we've always had the elves because somebody sent them to me. I think my parents may have sent them to me or sent them to us like when they were like when like Saoirse was like super little. And she just threw them around the house. That's how it's been for the past 7 years. It's just like these little things, just throw them around the house. Now all of a sudden they have meaning. And I was like, what are we doing? And so yeah. So yes, I'm the Grinch because of some dumb thing that is, I'm telling you, ruining households at Christmas time.
If I know your wife and none of our wives listen to this podcast, shout out to them. But their friends, some of their friends do. Somebody get in touch with Siobhan and have her put a fake workers' comp claim in the Dudley mailbox from Scott Calvin. And there's something you have to do to make up for this. You have to pay the workers' comp fine or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm being bullied on the internet right now, so I'm
I'm
about to sue my wife for defamation. So
Dee Dee's being slandered across the internet.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have something to get off my chest, and it is relatively brief. I'm curious. Do you guys tip your sanitation workers, your garbage people that show up? This is the time of year where you start getting the little cards in the pickup to say like, "Hey, if you want to drop me a few." Do you guys do that?
No,
I've never done it.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. So I guess, all right. So if anybody's unfamiliar, at least what happens around here is that about a month before Christmas, when they come do your garbage pickup, you go out to get the can, and what you'll see is there's a little thing sticking out of the can. And these garbage men and women, sanitation, I think garbage man's like not, I think not an okay thing to say anymore. You're supposed to call them sanitation workers, but whatever. They put
field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
These Tony Danzas, they put in like a card, and they kind of like wedge it into your trash can so that when you wheel it back, you see, and it's like, "Hey, my name is whoever, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Would love it if you essentially, drop me a few bucks." And I never did it until I married into a family that swears by it. And so, yeah, right there. I don't know if this is true. I can't say it's not, but I also feel like there's no way that this holds up. But my wife's family is like adamant that tipping is gonna then like get you the ability to like put an extra can out on a certain day when you need it, or like they'll take like a bigger item and toss it in the truck than they're supposed to because you tipped them. And like in my head, I'm like, okay, there's logic to that. That makes sense, right? You like pay a little more to get a little more. But I also think like, I don't know that the same guy comes by my house every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk to him. And like, are we then assuming that one, he's either keeping a spreadsheet of the people who do and do not tip him with their addresses, or two, he's just remembering? Do you know how many houses these guys go to?
Yeah, right.
I feel like there's no way that they like really remember or care. It's kind of like, like if you go to a bar or a restaurant, like I think about this sometimes in Vegas when like we get like a round of drinks and it's Vegas, so they cost like $50, but it's really only 3 beers. And in my head, I'm like, well, I know you're supposed to tip 20% a lot of the time, but like that was 3 beers, so I'm gonna tip $3. Like I kind of feel bad, but I'm like, okay, if you zoom out and think about it, this woman is processing thousands of drinks a day. She's not gonna remember the $3 tip, nor will she care. So like I kind of think like that's got to be the situation here with these sanitation workers, right? They're processing hundreds and thousands of houses a day and week. There's no way they're remembering if I gave them $20 for Christmas or not.
Listen, I have a feeling that like Milwaukee is a whole different universe than where I've lived my whole life.
Yeah, fair.
So maybe that's what they do there. And maybe in Milwaukee, they're like, oh man, you know, the Kopchinskis, they got that good trash. They got that good trash there. I remember that family. Mark them down. Because that's all I'm thinking. It's like, no one cares about your trash. So like, and also if you have larger items or you have extra items, like you can arrange that like with the city or with whatever your, you know, municipality is or whatever. And they like, you'll be like, oh yeah, you have extra large pickup at your house. So they got to do that. So that's not like, that's part of what you already pay for. It's like tipping the garbage man is like you saying that you don't pay for trash. You pay for trash.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
right?
That's a great point though. Like they're not stopping after each house where they get one of these. Go, hang on, I gotta count the tip that I got and mark it off. Because like, what if they're probably just slipping it in. So you didn't know if it was $5 or $50.
No,
either. They're probably
it's
just like at the end of the day, they're just counting it up.
It's like a waiter at the end of a shift. They just have a wad of money, right? Or they just have like a set of tips. They don't know what came from who. They don't even remember your face.
No.
Yeah. The thing is,
great point.
If you ask my wife or my father-in-law, they will cite specific examples for you of like when an exception was made, and that was probably because we tipped on Christmas. And I just don't know. Like again, logically, I see how that could make sense, but mechanistically, logistically, I struggle to see it.
Well, let me tell you this. I'll put it to the test because we're going to be putting out a lot of trash over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay?
Yeah.
We will put that to the test, and I will let you know if that fine team remembers if I put a little extra out.
Bring some of that trash over here.
Okay. Oh, plenty. Okay. I can.
Bring some of that over here.
You want some carpet? You just want some bags? What do you got?
I just want one oddly shaped, larger than usual item.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got
Easy.
that?
He's like, done.
A lot of them.
Done.
What color?
Yeah. Dude, everyone's upset. Like, and I think the internet has people screwed up with this whole tipping your people thing too, because it makes, like, I have a cooler outside of my house that's always outside of my house, right? And because it's now colder, so like you have there, and I just like have a sign on there. It's like, grab a water. Oh, like there's beer in there too, but like, I mean, whatever you do in your Amazon route, if you want to drink a beer, and I mean, you know, it's not me doing it. Knock yourself out. But yeah, and I have that there, but that's about it for me. That's it. Like,
yeah.
And I just put that up like I put a sign on that cooler like 2 years ago. That was just like, you know what? There you go. You guys are working. Knock it out. But that's it. And I don't think anybody needs to do that either. I'm just like,
the Grinch wouldn't do that.
What if we just start tipping with bottles of water? What if we just do that? Go into Starbucks, you get your Pike Place, here's a bottle of water for you.
Yeah.
You leave a 6-pack after a nice family meal at a nice restaurant. You just throw out a 6-pack of bottle of water. Thank you. It's for you. Share if you'd like.
Oh, Dan, get it off your chest, my friend.
I certainly. Here's just a random. If this is just one of those episodes, we're just going off the rails and just completely random. Here's another random thought for you this week. When I get older, like really old, you know, we're talking like geezer level. Okay, much older.
Level.
Geezer level old.
Steel geezer Dan.
Steel City Geezer. Trademark that now. I would like to think that it's probably more likely when my hearing starts to go, right? When you're naturally playing in a 11-piece ska band for many, many years, your hearing goes, right? you test it. You test your hearing at a young age, right? I just hope that I'm willing to be like, you know what? Hearing aids are for me. They're for me, and this is going to make my life better. And I'm sure by the time we get to that like age range, that the technology will be even better than it is now, right? That they'll get smaller, or somehow it's not even something you put in your ear, right? It's just it's strange to me that more elderly people don't use hearing aids, and they're just constantly going around every day going, huh? What? All the time. And that people have to slowly and more loudly, right, repeat what they're saying. Because, yes, there's a cognitive slowing down there as well, right? Maybe it was just spoken too fast. But a lot of the time, it's not. A lot of the time, it's just, I just can't hear you because I'm old and my hearing's going bad, right? So I just hope that our generation, right, is going to be the one that's like, yeah, you know what? I'd like to hear everybody the first time they say something. That's cool. That's cool for me. Oh, I got to put this little small thing in my ear. We've literally been growing up putting things in our ears. We're of the generation that has just constantly put things in ear. Wires, no wires, over the head, under, like, it's normal to us. And maybe, again, it's not even in the ear. Maybe it's behind the ear. It's something. I just want to be cool with that. I want to be cool with that so we don't have to be those people that I've seen a lot lately for some reason recently older people just, what? That just turn up the dial, man. Turn up the dial. And I hope we're ready to embrace it. That's all.
I think it's gonna be like LASIK.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's just
Down.
gonna be some type of solution.
Procedure? Yeah.
where you can get it done, and it'll be expensive, but it's like,
Sure.
oh, then you get one of your senses back.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I think some of it probably has to do with just the way that hearing aids used to look. So if
Sure,
you're of a
yeah.
certain age, hearing aids,
They
like,
used to be.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like
Like, did you just come
embarrassing.
off the stage and you were just doing you're the
Yeah.
lead singer? You got your
Yeah.
inner ear in, like, what? What are you doing with that thing?
But now hearing aids are like very small. But I think a
Yeah.
lot of people just don't know that. And that's like the reason why you have people like, my parents at times and all that. And you're just repeating things to each other over and over again. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, you don't have to. But I think
Right.
that has more to do with it. Where like as a generation goes, it will be, I feel like it'll
We're
be
like the
more
technology generation,
acceptable.
I like to think, right?
No, I like what you said, Dane. We're the in the ear generation.
We really are.
The in the ear generation. So that, as long with technology, like, we have been able to keep up with technology as it grows. Our parents' generation is just like, they just hit a stage where they're just like, computers. That's it. Computers. I can do computers. That's it. We don't need to go anything beyond that. So we're here to embrace it. So hopefully that'll be the case for us. Ah,
Dan's gonna be the one out of all of us that doesn't want
it
to get
doesn't.
hearing aids.
They'd be like,
He's gonna be like,
"Hey, you dumbass! You remember when you when you went on this rant?" And then I'll just go, "What?"
Oh man! All right, let's get into brews. Christopher, what are you sipping on?
I haven't been sipping on anything over the past week because I need a little detox here before I go to Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, you got a
And
heavy
we've-
up season coming.
We've covered Wisconsin enough on this podcast, so I think you guys know what I'm saying.
Yep.
So I am cleansing the palate, if you will.
Chris, did you have to cancel your Wisconsin trip for next year?
Oh, for the football game you're talking
Yeah, yeah.
about?
Was there
Yeah,
some severe disappointment amongst family?
kind of
I'm
a
sure.
bummer. Kind of a bummer.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, Pitt was supposed to play at Wisconsin next year, and they canceled it because college football is the stupidest sport, and everybody's like, no, we're going to just try to not play anybody entertaining anymore.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Yeah, well, that was going to be a fun one. That was going to be a fun one.
Bummer.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. But yeah, that's happening all over the place because that happened with I just feel like that was all happening at the beginning of this football season. A bunch of games were getting canceled because now they want to play 9 conference games or 10
Yeah.
or something stupid.
Yeah.
And so since
Like
it's
that.
9 now, you got 3 other games. Nobody wants to play anybody good.
Yeah. Great. Telling you, college football playoff made everything better, guys. Made it all better. Made it
Yeah.
all better.
Jeez.
Well, what I was sipping on last night, me and Siobhan went to this local restaurant, Italian place, Antonio's Pizzeria, and their food's awesome. It's like run by brother and sister. They're always arguing. It's amazing. It just feels like home when you're in there.
Love it.
And the sangria there is just incredible. Like, just shouts to red sangria, period. Like,
Yeah.
it just felt right. And they have the spicy margarita pizza there that's just unbelievably good. And yeah, I ate too much, and yeah, my stomach is a mess right now. But you know, we're getting through. We're getting through. But like, shouts to sangria. Just drink some sangria over the holidays. Like, it just does it for me.
Sangria it's a wine base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought
Wine,
so.
fruit. It's done and sat. You gotta let it sit for a long time, and then make it. I don't know. Just great.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking delicious. So
It is.
shouts to, and especially at like an Italian restaurant, like a family thing. Like, this is like,
They know what they're doing.
it's just, yeah, they know they've been doing this forever. Like, they've been drinking sangria since they were 5. Like, this is,
Yeah.
this is fucking great. So yeah, shouts to sangria.
Love
Dan,
it.
sip it.
Well, it's going to be a clean sweep of no beer this week. However, yeah, I've been a little busy, so haven't gotten to beer this week. However, we did find some time to go to an establishment that was celebrating a Krampus. You familiar with Krampus? A Krampus style pop up. It's like evil Santa, European evil Santa.
Oh.
We don't have time to get into
God,
Krampus.
there's more.
There's a
Off of
movie.
the
There's
shelf.
movies, and yeah.
This-
So,
Evil Santas?
they had a European style holiday menu, cocktail menu, and the one that I had that was unbelievable. It's called the Goatman's Salary. I really don't know why. What
Do
country is this from?
Do they tip their goatmen out there
They probably do.
around the
You know,
holidays?
in goat's milk. They take their goat and goat's milk maybe. So it's a Finland theme from Finland, if you will, because it had Finnish vodka, amaretto, spiced honey butter mix, hot coffee, and topped with a toasted marshmallow. This was a hot bevy on a cold night.
Wait, all of that was in one thing?
All of that was in one thing.
Oh, I thought you were reading the whole menu.
No, this is
Wow.
one drink. The goat. That's why it's the Goatman's Salary, because it takes your whole salary to buy everything
Okay.
in here. Again, Finnish vodka, amaretto, spiced honey butter mix, hot coffee, and a toasted marshmallow on top. Just a
Jesus.
cozy, comfy beverage on a cool, crisp, frigid Pittsburgh evening, and it was amazing. I was like vodka and coffee. I was like, those aren't usually the two that go and dance next to each other, but they danced. It flowed. It was delicious. Shout out to the Goatman. He's the goat.
Nice.
That's why he's the goat.
Wow. I Googled Krampus. Like, just Google Krampus.
If you don't know, that's all you got
Chris,
to do.
Google Krampus.
Krampus with
Google
a K.
it. And just see the first picture you come up. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Yeah, it is. It's terrifying.
It's absolutely terrifying.
CRAM.
K-R-A-M-P-U-S.
I just found this out. So K. Yeah.
Okay. So we were
Yeah.
off
already-
from the start.
Yeah. K-R-A-M-P-U-S.
Yeah. It's terrifying. I'm like, what do people enjoy about this?
This looks like, Dan, do you remember that episode of The Office where Dwight is reading like cautionary tales for children?
Yes.
This looks
Yes.
like that book.
Yeah,
With
right.
with it like the Belfiegel or something?
Belschnickel?
Belschnickel?
Belschnickel, yeah.
And he runs around whipping people with
Impish
like
or admirable? Impish.
that's what this looks like.
It does.
It says is a horned demonic figure from Central European folklore
Yeah.
Terrifying.
who punishes misbehaving children by whipping them with birch. This is
It's-
Belschnickel.
So instead of Elf on a Shelf, it's
Impish or admirable.
Krampus on a crate. I don't know. We got to figure something out there. Be like, both sides are here. The good
Jesus.
side and the bad side. Okay.
He's the companion to Saint Nicholas who drags them to hell.
Yeah.
Wow,
He's
Merry
not a nice.
Christmas.
He's a terrible creature.
This
So.
this is Dee Dee chucked that elf on the shelf all the way to Krampus is what he did.
It's terrifying. That's Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
celebrating Krampus. Cheers. Jesus. All right. So we didn't get to this last week. So let's go to the segment that's taken over the country. And all right, here we go. Dun dun. This week in football.
We have to come up with a better name for this segment.
I don't get what we're doing here. Okay.
We agree. Next topic.
This is stupid. Okay. This week in football, gentlemen, I am so excited because we're going to talk about something today that I am relatively certain we're not going to get to talk about again in the future. Penn State. They thought
Wow, you sad?
They thought they. No, I'm trying to not laugh my entire way through this.
Yep.
Penn State thought they had their guy, only to be foiled by a cookie company.
Yes.
Unbelievable turn of events here in the Penn State coaching search. And this can kind of just bleed into, I think we wanted to maybe talk about Lane Kiffin too, but the coaching carousel, we've talked about it periodically here on the podcast. Everybody fired their coach this year, which meant that Penn State fired their guy first because they thought they were going to have the pick of the litter, only to find out that 72 other schools fired their coaches, and they were like, shit. So then everybody else hired the good guys. All the guys that Penn State wanted, they were just like, hey, give me a raise and I'll stay here. Mm-hmm. And so then those guys did that. Penn State apparently zeroed in on Kalani Sitake, who is BYU's current head coach. And at the 11th hour, when he was probably going to take the Penn State job, large BYU donor, the owner of the Crumbl Cookie Company, came in and said, oh, wait. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to give you all of these Crumbl dollars to stay here in, is it Provo, Utah, and be BYU's head coach for the foreseeable future. Kalani Sitake, just like everybody else, ended up getting a massive raise because Penn State didn't have a head coach. I mean, sometimes it's funny. Dan and I went to college, which with a bunch of sports fans who are largely professional football fans. And they sometimes ask us, why are you guys, I don't get it. Why are you such big college football fans? The team in Pittsburgh, the Steelers, the pro football team is normally really good. Why are you Pitt fan? Why do you like college football so much? And it's because shit happens in college football that you will not find anywhere else. Okay. And this is we knew that already. And then something new happened that we never thought. We could have never even imagined this. But Penn State lost their coach, the guy they wanted, because of a cookie company. Boys, your thoughts?
I love it. I loved it so much because you guys know that I have been I have no feelings towards Penn State. You guys hate Penn State. There are a lot of people who have feelings towards Penn State. I have no feelings towards Penn State. But the way that they did this James Franklin thing, I've been so mad about it. I'm happy that they've become a laughingstock. I love that they have the 150th recruiting class in the country or something like that now.
Just above Akron. Akron.
It's insane. It's ridiculous. I love everything about this because I'm just you guys did the wrong thing. It's just so stupid and so wrong. And it's you guys don't know that you're Penn State. I have loved every second of this. And this story was amazing. I was even they got their coach. I was even hoping that somehow would get flipped overnight. I love the fact that there's this one agent named Jimmy Sexton that literally he is the guy. He's Kirby Smart, is Steve Sarkisian, all these guys, Lane Kiffin, all these people. He represents all of them. So basically, every coach that was hired and fired, he basically runs it all. So he was I don't like the way they handled James Franklin. You're not going there. I'm going to make sure everybody gets extensions everywhere they go. And that's basically what it was. He just made sure that nobody went to Penn State. And I'm this is amazing. This is amazing. I loved every second of it. And this story just was just wow, it was just beautiful.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. It is. It's fantastic. It's hilarious and amazing. I want to get the Kalani Sitake cookie at Crumbl. They should have a cookie named after him. Although
the Kalani cookie,
the Kalani cookie, right? Although his team took a big crumble over the weekend.
Well,
I'll say that. Well,
I mean,
in the Big
yeah.
12 championship game. Anyways, good for him. Good for him. Good for Cookies. Well, I can't wait for Famous Amos to come in and just like, save the day next time somewhere. It's phenomenal. Only in college football, Chris, to your point, only in college football is where this is happening. And it just so happens to be happening to a university that Chris and I deeply, deeply dislike and don't care for. So it's entertainment. It's nice to be able to sit back and enjoy all of this. It's hilarious. It's
They deserve it.
only in college football.
yeah, so they ended up hiring Matt Campbell, who was at Iowa State, and now I think that's his name, right? Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was at Iowa State for just about as long as James Franklin was at Penn State. And I saw a stat that when you compare both of their records against top 25 opponents, I'm not kidding you, it is exactly the same. So Penn State went through
Wow.
all of that to hire the same, if not like worse, because he hasn't recruited as well as James Franklin and he plays in a worse conference. So,
And
it's Penn State, and I
he
have
was
this
a hot
feeling,
commodity. He was a hot commodity like 5 years ago.
yeah, when
Remember,
had
like
Brock Purdy
everybody
and-
thought he was leaving.
Yeah.
He was definitely bound to go somewhere else, and now it's just like, you're still good, right?
Yeah, and he's like from Pennsylvania, I think. Stuff always kind of seems to work out for them, so I'm sure he'll do fine. I still think they're going to be in the same position of like, well, there was leaked audio of their AD, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. Their athletic director was recorded speaking to the team, talking about how like Ohio State isn't really as good as them. They're just as talented, and like Michigan is dog shit. And everybody that heard it was like, well, you never beat those teams. So what are you talking
Those are
about?
literally the teams you could not beat.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of weird stuff going on, but I have a feeling they'll probably be just back in the same position as they were before. So kudos to you. The team that may or may not be in a better position moving forward would be LSU hiring Lane Kiffin. And this whole thing was a soap opera too. I know Dan's kind of like a closet Go Tigers fan.
Hell yeah, baby.
What did you guys think about that whole thing? Because it kind of ended up being a bit of a circus where it seemed like Lane was like holding Ole Miss hostage, and there were like all these different reports and stuff.
I just, I thought it was like madly entertaining. Like I found it to be super entertaining, but also just like, I don't know, man. Lane Kiffin is just, he's an awful
The
human.
best.
He just seems like that's every LSU fan in my life, by the way.
Yeah.
That's every LSU fan I know. They're like, hey, he's our guy. He's our guy. And they're just like going for it. And I'm like, whatever. But he's just, I don't know, man. This whole thing, just, so all season you were just like, you were leaving? Because like the more stuff that comes out, it's like, oh yeah, like he was going somewhere this year. And it's almost like they all knew. I think it's weird that it happens when Ole Miss is literally having the best season of all time.
Mhm.
And it's happening, but whatever, man. Like, he's awful. And if anybody at LSU thinks that if he has a couple good years, not even national championship, couple good years, and the Dallas Cowboys job opens,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
He's out the door. And as he's shown at any point during the season, doesn't matter. He's out the door. So
Yeah.
just be ready. Be ready for that. He
I know
will not be
that's-
there for a long time. He will
that's-
find another way to get back to the NFL.
That's my fear of the whole thing, because I've been itching for LSU to get a good coach since my man Les Miles left. I mean, hell, I think the reason I started liking LSU was when Nick Saban was coach, which was a long time, which seems like it was a lifetime ago.
So that was, dude.
And ever since Les Miles left, I was like, Coach O, I was never a huge fan of Coach O. And then I was like kind of excited for Brian Kelly, but I know he was like a big piece of shit too. And I was like, I don't love this, but I love it. I thought it was going to work, and clearly it didn't. This has to work. This has to work. I'm going to take the side that every LSU fan took in this whole story, is like college football is the problem here, that like this calendar like allows for this to happen, and it shouldn't. This is ridiculous that this happens when the season's still going on. Championship games are still being played, and they haven't even started. They're weeks away from the playoff. That's the worst part about this whole thing is that Ole Miss gets screwed because there was like pressure from both sides. LSU and Florida were both like, no, we need answers now because the recruiting window opens. And Ole Miss is like, you need to tell us now because if we are going to lose you, we kind of need to figure out what we're doing. You have to give us a decision by the end of the Egg Bowl. And he got literally put in well, it could have been a win situation, I guess, if he stayed at Ole Miss. That would have been a nice little story. I wouldn't have been super mad if he stayed at Ole Miss, to be honest, because he did have to kind of rework himself in this whole process, going to Florida Atlantic, rebuilding himself, where he was coordinator for Nick Saban in Alabama, go to Florida Atlantic, build that program up, and now he's like, again, the hottest coaching commodity. Again, he's an enigma, man. I think he's low-key hilarious. If you like actually watch some of his non-serious interviews, he's like low-key very sarcastically funny. And I don't know. I'm just, he'll win a national championship there in the next 4 years. And then year 6, it'll be like, okay, when's Lane leaving? Where's he going? We'll go through this all over again.
Be the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what it'll be.
Oh, let's go.
Something. It'll be like that.
It's just so weird, man. Like, I know everybody kind of talked about this ahead of it. They're like, when the playoff expanded to 12, they're like, what this means, there's going to be enough teams involved, and we're including the lower tier conferences that, like, at some point, a sitting head coach in the playoff is going to leave its team going into the playoff. Everybody thought that was going to be like, oh, Tulane makes it as the 12 seed, and their coach got hired by LSU. Nobody thought it would be like Ole Miss, who is potentially top 4, and you can not only win it this year, but like you have all the money and resources to do it again year after year after year. Like, it's just like, you would think if a coach gets in that position in the SEC or the Big Ten where they're out of school, where you could literally win it every year because you have every resource you need, you think they'd just stay. Like, isn't that what you want as a coach? Is to just be able to win it?
Mm-hmm.
You do. Dude, I thought a lot about, and I'm surprised I didn't hear anyone talk about this because people were trying to use like equivalencies and stuff, is like, I thought so much about like you guys' favorite time, 13-9, because Rich Rod left 2 weeks after the game and went to Michigan, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you speed that up, because this is before Twitter, this is before everyone, breaking news sources, all the things all the time, and like on the internet, 24-hour news sources. So something like that everyone knew was going to happen. Because even being on campus, everyone knew Rich Rod was like going somewhere, or he was already, because he almost went to Alabama the year before, the year Saban took the job, right? So I was thinking about this, like if it were in the college football playoff landscape, and West Virginia would have been in it, right? They would have been in it, even if they even losing that game, they would have been in it. Rich Rod still was going to Michigan. So that would have happened. He was still going there. Like, you're not, because leaving West Virginia, it sucked the way it happened, but like leaving West Virginia to go to Michigan is a no-brainer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that was happening. So I was thinking a lot about that and how like that would have happened then. And everyone would have been like, oh yeah, WVU's got a chance to win it all. And then like they wouldn't have had the coach. And especially, and if you add to that, like he was gonna take, if he could have taken Pat White and Steve Slayton too.
Sure.
Like he could have taken all of them, just like yep, all you guys, you guys are all gonna come with me to Michigan too. And so they would have just made it all weird, because that's the thing about Ole Miss. He's gonna take everybody from there that he wants to LSU. They're all not staying there.
Right.
Not doing that.
Right.
So yeah,
it's amazing. They're letting he wanted to coach them in the playoff. They said no, obviously. But they both agreed to let Charlie Weiss Jr., who looks like a third of the size of his father, go back. He's going to LSU with Lane, but they're letting him go back to call the defense for the playoff. So that's interesting that they both agreed to that.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to coach the team. They got
to. Yeah, right. Yeah,
somebody's got to be there.
Offices are empty.
Like,
it's interesting about that Rich Rod scenario, Didi. You're right, though. That would have been the exact same scenario had they won that game.
Yeah, like, but I just thought about that a lot. But yeah, the funny part, that there's stuff on like game day, people talking about like Nick Saban saying all this stuff about the schedule. And then I was listening to the Ringer Tailgate, which is my favorite college football podcast, and they were like, well, you voted on it, Nick.
Yeah,
The coaches
right.
voted on the schedule. So
Voted
like
on the
you
early,
guys are
yeah.
all mad and yelling about it on TV. It's like, no, you voted for the schedule. Like
Signing day used to be in February,
your
boys.
idea. Like early signing day was your idea. Like you
Yeah.
guys were like, we want 17-year-olds on campus as soon as possible. And it's like, well, this is what you get.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
come
definitely
on.
changing. I
But
think they're going to go back to it.
I heard it's probably not, because that's the thing. The coaches vote on it. And like the amount of schools who are wrapped up in a situation like this where it hurts them is like a fifth of
Yeah.
all of the schools.
It's
So
like 80-20, right? It's the 20% that affected, even though they're like the 80% of
right.
the landscape of what
Mhm.
they do, get, from a revenue perspective and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
the other 80% that really make up the 20% are like, no, we want them here early.
They kind of
This sucks,
benefit from it, actually.
Yeah, yeah, right. Because they're not playing. They can just recruit. They can just recruit early.
Man.
Whew.
Yeah.
What a time.
What a
So
time.
that's why we love college football.
That's why we love Crumbl Cookie. Thank you,
Listen.
Crumbl Cookie.
Shout out.
only, only thing I'm worried about with college football is it's turning into the NBA where like transactions and then the playoffs. I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
going to care about the regular season anymore. Because, by the way, Ohio State, Indiana sucked last night. And I was very excited for that game. And it sucked last night. That game was terrible. And I don't know. And no one cared about it. No week. Like 1 versus
I know.
2 in college football is usually like stop everything you're doing 1 versus 2. But no, it's just, is Notre Dame or Miami getting in? That's all anyone talked about. Or is Alabama, a 3-loss Alabama team going to get in? Blah, blah, blah. That's all anyone talked about. No one talked about 1 versus 2. And I'm like, it's turning into the NBA where it's transactions and then meet me in the playoffs. And I'm like, I don't like it.
Can I tell? I cared about one game, one conference championship game. Yes, this past weekend.
Yeah.
All I wanted was for Duke not to win that football game.
Yep.
It is so fucking embarrassing.
I can't wait for the 5 lost Blue Devils to run the table.
It is so embarrassing.
Or run a heater.
And I'm going back to what we talked about, guys, a few episodes ago. I want divisions because this is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Virginia and Duke were in the same division previously. That would not have happened. But oh my God. It's just so embarrassing.
Yep.
Like, just those two playing in a conference championship game just made me laugh. Like, I was like, what are we doing here? Why?
Yeah. There are literally 3 better teams in the conference. They're not in the championship
None of them
game.
had a chance. I know. It's so embarrassing. God.
Oh, God. Shouts to Duke, man. Shouts to Duke. Can't wait to watch. Can't wait to watch him in a couple weeks. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we will have next week to break down whatever happens in the give our predictions of the tournament of it all, the
Yeah.
college football playoffs. So we'll do that. One last topic I want to get to because it combines with football. North Park Mall in Dallas, Texas, has put up a bar and TVs for, I guess, men to stay busy, and women too. Why not? To stay busy while people are shopping. How do we feel about this, guys? Nice little viewing area in Nordstrom to chill out.
Why did this take so long? Malls have been around a long time. People have hated going to malls with their spouse for a long, long time. And like now, like, because this seems like it's in like the women's department section. So I'm going to just use that based on the example, based on where this looks like this is set up.
If they put it in the men's section, they would be torpedoing themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
They get nothing. They get no sales.
That would be right.
What you go there to get a suit, and then you sit down and watch football for an hour. You're like, why am I here? Wait,
Yeah, right. Instead of like,
Or maybe-
instead of like, go ahead.
Or maybe that's what you do. You put it in the men's section. So
Yeah.
then you just end up buying something you don't necessarily need.
Right.
That's true.
Because, like, that's the thing. It's like if I'm watching the game, like, I get up, walk around, and I'm like, oh, that suit looks nice. Try it on the suit.
It
Watching
looked
Ohio
nicer.
watching Ohio State, Indiana. You know what I mean? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I might give somebody my card, and I'm just like, and I have a beer in my hand or whatever. I'm like, oh, I just bought something. I didn't need to buy that suit, but I did.
And yeah,
Oh,
instead of
maybe.
during commercial breaks, we have like instead of vendors walking around at the stadium, they're walking around with like a rack of ties. Just like here's a nice shoe
Oh,
with a box of they're carrying the thing
That's it.
strapped
that's
around
it.
with all the sizes, and they're like showcasing a shoe,
They do their
right?
own commercials.
Right? And it's
Yep.
just they're just there during the commercial break for you, just a little upsell right there.
I like
Oh,
See?
that.
dude, don't come around with the watch cart during commercial break. That's a
Oh
wrap
baby,
for me. I'm gonna get a lot of trouble.
oh
I'm
baby.
gonna get a lot of trouble. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia loses, but Didi comes out of it with 3 watches and 2 cufflinks, and he's ready to go.
And just wondering like, how am I gonna explain this? How am I gonna explain this? How am I gonna explain this? Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
So now it's
yeah.
going to be harder to get. Usually, it's like, and again, in this scenario, the husband, the man, whoever's is like, just doesn't. It has to sit there and wait for their wife or spouse or girlfriend or whoever to like hurry up and like, let's go. I want to get out of this at least this section. I want to get out of this section because oh my gosh, we can't split up because there's no cell phones. Um, but like now they're gonna have a harder time getting whoever's the sports fan in their life like out of that department store. Be like, let's go. We got to go to. I'm good. I'm gonna sit down here for a while. I'm gonna watch the game. I'm comfortable. So it's good for everybody because then everybody you're spending more time. You're upselling all over the place. Upsell, upsell,
Yeah.
upsell.
Like,
I thought of you, Dan, because then you don't have to walk through that scent section.
Oh, the worst. Yeah, let me just station down over here. I don't even have to. I just avoid it. Avoid it altogether. I don't have to zigzag through that maze. It's the worst. Yeah.
I so there is the fragrance. It's like the fragrances are out like during this time of year. We were at the mall last night grabbing some last minute things and found some returns, and we're walking in Macy's, and I just got it was at the wrong time because it just felt like the wrong fragrances were mixing at the time that I walked by, and I'm
Hmm.
sure the person behind me didn't get that exact scent, but it was like at that moment all the forces combined and they created the worst smell possible.
Mm.
And I just
Hmm.
started like sneezing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was like I don't know if 5 people sprayed at the exact same time that I walked by. I don't know. But like, oh my God. It was just like crazy. And then when we walked back, it wasn't the same thing. But it was just like it was like the wrong second was whoo. And I thought about you, Dan.
Thank you. Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
do away with these things, or we have condense these areas. There's areas in these department stores, like the furniture section in Macy's is always so dead. The mattresses, there's just too much. There's too much extra space. There should literally just be, instead of this like pop up little sports idea, just a sports lounge built into these department stores. Right? It's like dropping your kid off at daycare. You go in, you check your husband in, you check your wife in, and you're like, I'll be back. All right, I'll pick you up when I'm ready. And you go, they sell slices of pizza, they have the beer there, they have the upsell opportunities, just built in sports bars, viewing lounges in department stores. This is the future. This is the future.
I I like this.
Into
Check
it.
your husband in.
Yeah,
It's
check them in.
hilarious.
It's like an eagle's nest, you know?
Good God. Oh man. All right. Well, boys, let's get into music before we get out of here. Daniel, what you listen to?
Not much this week, I'll be honest with you. So here's what I'm
He's
going to
like
be.
he's like Shannon
Yeah,
yelling at me
yeah,
is my
yeah.
first song.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of music, new music at least, being listened to this week. But here's what I'm planning on listening to. I know Sam Fender. Been a big fan of Sam Fender for a little while, and really like his style. He's got a unique tone of voice. He uses a great. He's a phenomenal guitar player, and he put out a new song called "The Treadmill." Which I feel like I need to. This is the time of the year where I'll need to be hitting the treadmill extra, extra, extra. So it's timely, it's perfect. Sam Fender, the treadmill. It's bound to be good. It's bound to be good.
Nice. I discovered this hip hop like acoustic guitar collective called What More, and one of the dudes really sounds like Mac Miller, and I think these
Oh,
guys are good. They're doing something interesting. I'm not sure if they put it all together yet, but I find them to be fascinating. There's this like freestyle page called On the Radar, and it's really popular. And they were on there, and I was like, these guys are interesting and young and whatever. So I listened to their EP, and I was like, I like this. So I'm gonna put something from What More on the playlist. But yeah, I want you guys to check them out.
All right. So Spidey and His Amazing Friends
Oh yeah.
is a kids show on Disney Plus. The theme song of it is sang by Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. Okay.
Oh,
And
All the
okay.
so,
songs.
yes. Yeah, all of them. And so, for whatever reason, it was on the other day. I heard it and it just sparked this memory in my brain from like 25 years ago of getting this Atticus sampler at Warp Tour. Seriously, I just like, how music can just take you, it can have you time travel. This was time travel. I got a sampler at Warp Tour one year, and it's actually how I found like a few of my favorite bands of all time. And so I went
Mm.
back and listened to the sampler, and I have felt like I'm in 2003 the past week. It's been amazing, even more so than usual, boys. Which is like, I mean, pretty much living there all the time. But so I want to put a few of those songs on the playlist this week. The first one, because I know Dan's gonna like this one too, is from Sugar Cult. The
Oh.
song Daddy's Little Defect. I found
Oh
Sugar Cult
man.
from this sampler. The sampler is called Atticus Dragging the Lake, okay? And you can find it on Spotify if you want to listen to that playlist after our playlist. Atticus was the clothing line slash record company that Blink 182 started when they were at their peak. But yeah, that's my first one from Sugar Cult.
Shout out, rest in peace to our former band director who once called Chris out for wearing an Attack Us shirt.
I had several
Uh,
Atticus
and
t-shirts.
that's what he thought it said. And he's like, "You're over there wearing an Attack Us shirt." And I'm like, "Sir, with all due respect, it's Atticus."
It's not spelled right.
All right.
Who's
What you
up?
got, Dan?
Me?
You're up.
Okay. This one I've heard before. The band Camino, who I think I mentioned I got to see live a couple weeks ago. Always phenomenal, always great live. They played us the new single called Afterthought live at the show. They finally released it this week. Listen, ever since Daphne Blue, the band Camino has been a regular on the Sounds of Brunch, and they will continue to with new music like Afterthought.
Nice. There's a song that I'm not sure if it's a parody or if it's actually somebody who had a gambling addiction, but this song's amazing. It's by this dude named Melvani, and it's called Gambling Addiction. And it is hilarious. But then also, like, did he really have a gambling addiction, or did he
Yep.
just make a song about
Hmm.
parlays and like calls out people? It's very you have if there's anything you listen to on this playlist this week, listen to this song because you can tell me if it's funny or if it's depressing or both. But it's definitely funny. You can tell me if it's depressing too. But anyways, Malvoni, gambling addiction.
Okay. My next one is the song is Greg's Last Day. It's by the Starting Line, but it's from the EP that they put out before they released their album Say It Like You Mean It, which had like Best of Me and a lot of their biggest hits. And not a lot of people have listened to that EP. So Greg's Last Day is real good.
Real good, real good. And then last one for me, I did get to hear a little bit of this song. Because I was like, ooh, three artists, interesting. Subtronics, Illenium, and Royal and the Serpent coming together to give you this like wild EDM. It gave me a little throwback feels. Okay. We've been throwing a lot of nostalgia back and forth at each other in the DMs. And this kind of had me feeling like Skrillex days a little bit, little Vegas days back in the day. It gave me that vibe. And the song's called "Got Away," and it was just like, oh, this is makes me feel young again. I don't need my hearing aid quite yet.
Nice. My last one, The Dress by Dijon. This song is a few years old and it came on in the grocery store and I was singing this song like nobody else was there. I was singing this song like I was in the shower. And I love that song so much. And you got a special woman in your life or man in your life, whatever you got, go out, dance like you used to dance, get dressed up, do it up. And
Love
that's
it.
the Dijon, The Dress. I love that song so much. So putting that on the playlist.
And people saw him and they were like, is that the Grinch? It's so strange singing in the grocery store.
Singing in the shower.
The last one I have, I actually discovered Fall Out Boy from this sampler. The song Dead
Uh,
on Arrival from Take This to Your Grave, which was kind of their first really big album. Skunk 11 / Bridges covered one of their songs back in the day.
True.
Discovered them from this sampler. So, people handing out free CDs back in the day. You could find stuff that you never knew, right? Hey, how do you replicate that nowadays?
They were still doing it at Warped Tour this year.
Let's go.
They were giving
CDs?
out the sampler CD was happening.
They should just like
or vinyl. You could do the vinyl too.
Yeah, like how are they not just like touching phones? Like you're just like boop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Still living times.
It's interesting. Jermaine Dupri went on like a big rant about like the way that people release music because you can release music at any time you want now. And he's like, no, you need to work rooms. Like you need to get out there. You need to be in front of people. And like people used to do it all the time. Now there's just music in the, everyone's put out music and you're like, where do I even find, who is this? I don't know what it is. But yeah, you used to get handed shit. And you're like, hey, you're at this rap show. You may like this person named Wiz Khalifa. Hi, I'm Wiz Khalifa.
Hey man, that's how people are commenting on my social media ads and saying, that's the dude from Skunk 11. If we wouldn't have interfaced, I'm still getting comments about that.
Yeah. Shout out.
And that is what we're listening to. Make sure you check out the playlist on Spotify. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Any final thoughts, my friends, on the brunch breakdown?
I don't know, Dan, how's the traffic over there?
Coming out of the tunnel, it's a clear sight. It's clear that Dee Dee, you're not the Grinch. You're not at all. You're just Krampus.
Krampus. I'll take it. And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.